So this is what we're gonna do here. I wish I could do this with a drill, make my life easier, but when you start running drills in these, start tearing stuff up, because you really can't feel what you're doing. You know what I mean? Especially putting back in, you strip stuff out, especially on this plastic, because I'm guessing a lot of these connectors inside are just plastic on plastic. It's not like most screws and bolts where it goes into metal and secures. It's just plastic on plastic. I'll start from the right side to the left. If you notice, my working bench here, my work table here, is the glass that we're going to do for that skid steer. So thank you to Cat for providing this temporary workbench. This is not a sponsorship on Cat for, you know, temporary workbenches. It's just kind of how it is. Come here. We'll get Carol Baskin up here to help us out a little bit, kind of monitor what we're doing. Carol Baskin's our barn cat. She's the only one, multiple barn cats, but she's the only one that likes to stick around and, you know, be sociable. You guys might want to fast forward through this shenanigans. Interested to see how this thing opens up, if they've glued these seams. Sometimes on these you know, pieces of machinery here, they glue these seams so that, you know, where this case connects, so that you don't get water in it, which could definitely be the case with this due to it. It doesn't appear, I just dumped it to get all my screws out. It doesn't appear like they did there. If you notice, I got, like I stated before, I got this magnetic screw holder, and I got multiple sizes of them. I got this at Harbor Freight, and they are absolutely worth their weight in gold, ladies and gentlemen. They're worth their weight in gold. Not losing stuff, because if you're like me, I like to set screws down and lose it. All right, so what we got right here is we have our inserts. It looks like I got my hose that runs through here to my compressor here. This is where it tore. See if we can take this guy off right here. This is the accessory battery portion. Of course, I took the battery out of this daggone thing before we started. I see you, honey. So, like I said, some of these seams might be fused and or, you know. There we go. There we go. Yep. Sure as heck. Tore that guy good. So it looks like I have a coil right here that attaches it to this little compressor. So what we're gonna do, so I'm super lazy, I don't want to tear this apart, but it looks like I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to disconnect this right here from this bracket, this little air bracket, so that it can kind of rotate out. That's what it's looking like to me. So we'll go ahead and do that now. I see you. I see you, I see you, I see you. So it's a nice day. So Mrs. Carol Baskin is really interested in some love. don't really have to worry about separating these screws too much. I would do it normally in two different magnetic containers, but because they're color coded, I really don't have to worry about that too much. And that just came off right there. Boom, little cushion. Don't want to lose that guy. Hi, Shelby. Yep. We're gonna see if we can kind of get these out of here without having to tear the whole thing apart. There we go. I did it without having to tear the whole thing apart. So now this is just kind of a wrapped wire around here. It's like a spring compressed wire around here. So I'm gonna have to take this off right here to kind of to replace this hose. I have to be honest, I'm not very confident in this, getting this off without doing some damage here. This is a pretty tightly wound spring here. So I'm gonna start by sticking this in one of these, in between one of these rows of the spring, and just kind of work it off a little bit without stabbing myself in the hand. Yeah, it's slowly working off. I appreciate you, Carol Baskin, but you are not being very helpful here. Oh. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through here. I'm gonna work each individual wrap of this spring that's on here. It looks like that's the way to do it. Just kind of spread it apart with this screwdriver. Just kind of work it off. I got about a 1/4 inch off so far. There we go. We got it off. I'd like to say super easy, but it's not. Now, this guy right here initially fed in through the front. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this right here to make this nice and flush, right? Being careful, of course. And now I'll put that spring back on there. Because this has this on this side, I need to feed it in through the front first, right down by where this accessory was here. I need to feed that in through the front. See if you can get down here and see. So I need to feed this in through the front here, through this hose, down and around up to this right here. So we're going to do that now. It'll make it for a shorter hose, which will kind of suck, but did it to myself. Can't really complain too much. I've lost, it looks like I've lost about 6 inches. That's what she said. That's what she said. But yeah. So again, we'll get this and we'll push that on there. I don't know how necessary this spring kind of thing is on here, but we're going to attempt to put it back on the best we can, just because this what do you call it, this nipple here is serrated. So yeah, I gotta be careful here there's a fan for this compressor on the bottom here. I don't want to booger up that fan at all while I'm trying to get this spring on here, while I'm pressing on it. You know, I have a feeling I'm gonna be good with that. I'm gonna stop where I'm ahead. Like I said, it's, you know, we have a see if we can get that back in there even. So because this hose was not originally designed to go in there, I feel like they might have heated it up a little bit to go in there. It might not fit as easy. Oop. So, point of note, there's these little rubber doodads here, buffers that keep everything nice and quiet. They go right there, so they're on each side of this kind of pump slash compressor, just so you know. Kind of keep everything in line here. On the top side of this fan, there is grooves for the black and white positive and negative wires here. I'm holding down the pressure on this bracket here that I'm putting back in with these black screws that I took out. I'm holding down pressure on it. So I'm re-screwing it back in so that I'm not putting strain on things. These black screws right here. So, I'm interested, as I'm putting this back together, I got some pieces in here. They're plastic pieces. It might just be, you know, pieces that I've broken off because I was rough on it, which I have a feeling that's what that was. But we're gonna see if this guy still pumps air. Hopefully I didn't, you know, do too bad of a job here. We're gonna put this back again. So I talked about these T's. They go right on top here, and that seems to be the ticket right there. I mean, we're gonna find out, right? So I'm gonna put her back together and try it, and I'll kind of let you know how it goes. So again, like I said, none of this is sponsored. You know why? Because I have like 3 followers. Nobody cares. So none of this is sponsored. One thing that you don't want to miss here, which I almost did, is this light. There's a little LED light here, work light, that you want to put that together. Now, if you've taken stuff apart like this before, you might be waiting to hear a snap. I didn't see any real kind of snaps. When I tighten this down, I don't know if it's the right way or not, but I'm gonna do it a lot like I do a car, where you do, you know, one side and then the other side in a star pattern. So I'm gonna start that way. I'm gonna tighten it down that way just to kind of keep it balanced. There's one snap. Okay. Kind of the grooves working into place there. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna work from the outside in. Now there's a tube that attaches this on the left hand side to blow up air mattresses. My primary purpose of this machine is for doing air on tires, so I don't really care about that. I know it's not, ooh, that came together nice. I know it's not the best, and we should care that the machine functions as normal, but when you break stuff like I do, don't always have that option. Again, you notice I was in the bottom right hand corner and now I'm in the top left hand corner. The reason that I'm using screwdriver and not a screw gun again, just because I can feel it. I'm not going to be stripping stuff out. And just as I said before, the backings of these are plastic, so it's you get the torque on that screw gun. It's really easy to strip stuff. So we'll test it out on a tire here as soon as I get it back together. See how it goes. There we go. It looks a little worse for wear, but hopefully, hopefully it works. So we'll let you know. Alright, so we got it hooked up here. We're going to set it to my normal setting here, which is 10 psi, because I have a little ATV here that I use it for. And looks like you got it back together. Okay, good deal. Working and getting it going.